sun. And if you really enjoy the company of your shadow, you find out it is sometimes behind you, in front of you, to the right of you, to the left of you. And this is the reason they are shown upside down and sideways. And now the time came as they had enough training. They had enough training traveling what I don't see. Now they can guide me traveling the unseen. My dear brothers and sons, and latecomers, like Hamoud. I just gave you 4 ways to travel. This is the style we try to establish. If I know those, I can stand by the tomb outside and I can say 1, 2, 3, people will understand. And you can add many more of your own, but I just gave you a hint, a glimpse of what you can really say. I also wanted you to understand how the Egyptians saw their one Almighty. We are not here to accept the story gods and goddesses. We are here to understand manifestations, aspects, and attributes. For example, I gave you one story of the jackal. I said he's going to escort you. But why don't I count with you 4 different ways you can see and enjoy seeing the jackal? Number 1 way, of course, you are going to see him as an embalmer. You can see him busy mummifying.
العكس.
The embalmer. Because I told you, if you study very well the word of ancient Egypt, Embu, which the Greeks made Anubis, the way we say it now in English, Embu has so many meanings. One of them is the prince. But Embu also means filth. You know, filth, dirt, something that you don't like the smell. Yes, the jackal was made an embalmer because he smells the filth. And I made for my own a way to see how the Egyptians identified the jackal. I felt that the Egyptians who wanted their bodies to be kept in good condition found out that some of their bodies are eaten by wild animals. That scared them. شيء مخيف أن تفقد جسدا أنت تريد أن يكون في حالة جيدة لتستمر حياتك به في عالم قادم. That is very scary to lose the body you wanted to continue life with it in the hereafter. So the ancient Egyptians are going to ask, and you know the duality, the mentality of thinking in ancient Egypt is twice asking, twice answering. You ask 2 times, Hamid, and you answer 2 times. You ask, why the jackal eats my dead body? Then you say, why the jackal eats my dead body? I'm not inventing that. I see that in hieroglyphics when they say, for many prayers, sip 2, sip 2, sip 2. Twice you say, twice you do. Why they make 2 obelisks? Twice you do. So why the jackals eat my dead body? Why the jackals eat my dead body? The answer will be, because the jackal is hungry. Because the jackal smells. Your dead body is smelling, stinking. So you have to think, how do I avoid that? Make your dead body not smell. Who's going to make my dead body not smell? The jackal. Because he knows. ادي العيش لخبازه. He knows. So give him the job to embalm. He's going to make your body not smell anymore. And if he is hungry, feed him. Therefore, you see the jackal 2 times. You see him embalming like in here, and you see him eating. Banquets are being presented to the jackals. So we come to the story. The jackal is a farmer. Number two, you see the jackal eating. You can explain to the group why. Because the Egyptians understood the best way to avoid the hunger is to make not hungry. You feed to avoid hunger. Then number three, you count with me. Let us count. The jackal is an environment. The jackal eats. The jackal is an escort. Remember, he became what? There's another story of the jackal because he's the prince again. That prince who was deprived from so many things because of his ugly looking face, you know, he was given the best story. He was brought up by Isis. Can you imagine that? Who is Anubis? Imbu is the son, in one story, of Osiris from Nephthys. He is a result of adultery, Ya Hamoud. Result of adultery. Nobody liked her. The society refused her. But Egypt's way of thinking gave him the best story. They gave him a job to be a witness in the judgment scene. He kept waiting for the result. He has a role to do. If they pronounce you not guilty, he waits for the result. If they pronounce you innocent, he's going to escort you once more, but this time to his father Osiris. And if they pronounce you guilty, it is said he knows the filth of your heart, and he's going to allow it to the devourer of the hearts of the guilty ones. You see how many times you met with the jackal. You know how many ways you travel. You know how many times you can see the story of now and then. But you have to understand the illusion. You know illusion? The exact meaning is from the term itself, illucja. Il means no. Lucja means light, no light. Illusion is darkness. We are illuded sometimes. But we have to understand, where is east? Where is west? Because if you understand that, you will explain nicely to your group when you go to the West Bank, from where you took them to where you take them. The beginning of ancient Egypt, understanding and determining area and time before the time of man. You have to understand there's a time of God and the time of man. Time in ancient Egypt, before the time of man, was nothing but a mound. This mound, Qat mound. Or you can call it also Du or Ju. It's a mountain, small mountain. And that mountain was shattered. Whatever the story, we are not here to explain the myth. We need another talk to talk on the myth and art. But east and west. How the ancient Egyptians called east and how the ancient Egyptians called west. East bank of Egypt was called by the Egyptians Yaptet. Yaptet. And west bank of Egypt was called by the Egyptians Imentet. Very excellent. Yaptet. Imentet. So far, so good. But so far, so little knowing. Because we have to understand, East Yaptet, West Imentet, the name was also given based on the fact east where the sun rises. So the word to rise, you know the word to rise in hieroglyphics? The first phrase you teach in Egyptology, وَبِنْ رَاعٍ بَتْ. Remember that phrase? وَبِنْ رَاعٍ بَتْ. تُشْرِقُ الشَّمْسُ فِي السَّمَاءِ. The sun rises in heaven. Remember that famous phrase you take in whatever the study you make? وَبِنْ, to rise. What's the word to set? You know the word in hieroglyphics for sitting, to sit? Beautiful word. You all know it. But you dare not to use it. You know the word? حُتِب. حُتِب. حُتِب is the word to set. So women is to rise and حُتِب is to set. So if I know women is yaktib and حُتِب is imented, are you okay now? You follow me? Are we lost? I give you another word. The East Bank is called Sinif. And the West Bank is called Duwat. Now you know the whole story. What is Sinif? Sinif means yesterday. Thank you. And what is Duwat? Tomorrow. So you know, East is yesterday, where the sun rose. And West is tomorrow, where the sun set. How nice. Sun setting is not vanishing. Sun setting is tomorrow. Therefore, the Egyptians understood no death. Was that easy? That was a style of teaching, of understanding, to begin with, teach the self and then teach others. We are going to move to a character I like very much, and I think we try to do our best. We always do our best in showing him to be the best, because he's the most supreme in the Egyptian stories. It is Amun-Ra. Amun, after whom the West Bank is named. When I say Imentet, the exact meaning, land of Amun. Imentet. What is the best way to see Amun? See Amun before the time of man. Amun before the time of man is invisibility. This is his name. Don't try to play game with that entity. That entity has its own bulk of meaning by its own understanding of the word. Amen. Invisible. We try not to use the word hide. Hide means I'm going to leave you and hide behind the door. But invisible means it's you don't see. The seeing matter, the problem of not seeing is you, not that entity. In Arabic, عدم الإدراك, لا يدرك, cannot be conceived. Don't try to use eyes to see. Don't try to use ears to hear. Don't try to use brain to conceive. He is beyond that. He is invisibility that does exist. This is the word Iman. Imentet is his land, the West Bank. And we began saying Amun. Why not? We know coining. You coin words in languages. Coining. But we are going to say Amun, best way to see invisibility. Amun, best way to manifest is visibility. Am I driving you to a confusing matter? I hope not. Invisibility will lead you to visibility, because if you don't conceive, you understand it does exist. العجز عن الإدراك إدراك والبحث في الذات إشراك. Listen to what you understand. العجز عن الإدراك إدراك. When you admit I cannot conceive, it does exist. And if you try to search the entity of what you don't conceive, It is no human matter. It's not your business. Therefore, the ancient Egyptians, in their words of understanding the entity of the Creator, sang. They sang. They said, Wa'wa'u, Entislu, the only one that has no second. Because if you have a second, you are going to have another second, a third second, a fourth second, and you come to Arba'in Shabah. You don't. This is an entity of its own. It's the unmanifested, manifested one. This is the meaning of Amun Ra. Ra is not God. Ra is the flourishing matter of the entity. Ra'a, Ra'a. It's the flourishing matter of the entity. Don't say Ra is God. Ra is the entity flourishing so that you can see. No seeing without eyes. And no using of seeing without having light. So this is the unmanifested, manifested one. I want you to stand before the group and to tell them, this is the culture of my forefathers. We are not dealing with idols. We are not talking with profane religion. We are talking with a thought that welcome prophets. Egypt, the land of the pharaohs, is the land of the prophets. Because otherwise, as I always say to my groups, why the people who built the church did not destroy the temple? And why the people who built the mosque did not destroy the church and the temple? Why one triangle in Cairo has the first synagogue, the first mosque, the first church, and all exists together? Why? Because it is the school of thought. It is the entity of the unmanifested, manifested. But let us see, Amun appears in a goose. The goose. The goose of Amun.
خدع كشف راح الملك.
The goose. When we say, for example, Rahul, let us talk a little bit of the subject for you all to determine that you really understand. احنا ماشيين صح ولا تفهموا يا جماعه؟ Allow me to use one name as an example. Rahul Akhti. You see Rahul Akhti? We used to see him inside the rooms. Rahul Akhti. It's a name of an entity. Ra means immediately means the sun. Hul, you know, Horus. Akhti is the word Akhti. Horizon. Little that. Ra is the word for the sun, Hur, Horus, Akhti, to horizon. Hur is the word for that father you all know, Horus. But the exact way to translate the phrase is he who flies the sun to the two horizons. Because you all know, when sun rises, it's horizon. When sun sets, it's another horizon. Who's going to fly the sun? Horus. The word Horus here meant he who flies the sun to the two horizons. So these are the cosmic matters showing the divine